Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Brew Wins podcast. My name is Stevie, and I am joined by the. Nope, don't got another one in me, Kyle. Don't got another one in me.
Hmm. Interesting.
The interesting.
LOL. Hi guys, I'm Kyle.
And today, dearly beloved, we are gathered to talk some softball for the second or third for one of the times this year.
I think it's our fourth.
Fourth, maybe? It's been a minute though.
Well, we did a
Uh,
preview and we did because we
we
did
did
post week one,
after.
we did a Clearwater and we did a Judy Garman.
You're right. This is our fourth. Yeah. Kyle,
Yeah.
have you been getting a chance to watch much softball?
I've watched some of it and I've been to a couple games in person.
Yep. Me and Kyle both have been to softball games this year.
I know because they
Um,
came to Rutgers and graced Stevie with their presence.
they did. I did. If you followed our Twitter, I do have a video of Megan Grant's home run on there. So live and in person for a Grant bomb. Actually saw two. I saw one the next day as well. So yeah, it was really fun to see you in person, Kyle. It's my second time ever seeing the softball team in person, the first time in a couple of years. So that was a lot of fun. I'm kind of jealous that you get to do it all the time.
Yeah, when time allows, at least.
Yeah, but should we get right into what has happened while we've been away?
Sure.
Yeah, so we played a total of 10 games since we last talked about softball, and UCLA is undefeated in that time, and we've run rolled. Is that every single game, Kyle, or close? We didn't run roll Wisconsin, but
Right.
every single game except one is a run roll, and we've scored a ton of runs. So I don't know, Kyle. You've gotten a chance to watch this team a little bit now. Kyle's been watching a lot, so he's not giving himself credit. He's been watching a ton. What are your impressions of this softball team as more of a softball casual? What are your impressions of the
I mean, I
softball team
think
so
I
far?
think they're a really strong offensive unit. They've got some strong defensive players on the field as well. It really comes down to the pitching for this UCLA team, though. There's not much in the way beyond Taylor Tinsley, and so this team's kind of just going to go as Taylor Tinsley goes.
I think I agree with that. I think we're gonna have to score to win. The nice thing is we clearly knew that coming into the year, and we're playing the way that we're supposed to, right? We're scoring a bunch of runs, and I mean you have to score more than the other team to win. Even if you have good pitching, the team with the most runs at the end of the game wins. So, it's that simple.
Yeah, I agree.
Um,
I got to catch that first Wisconsin game and the first Michigan State game in person.
yeah, so you did get to see a shutout. I think Taylor Tinsley threw a shutout against Michigan State that day. So that was fun. I was not graced with the most beautiful of pitching performances when I went, but I will say I was pretty impressed by Natalie Cable in that second Rutgers game. I think she did a pretty good job.
And if you don't know, up to this point, Stevie has been very critical of Natalie Cable. Maybe not publicly, but privately.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep it 100 whenever I have the chance. I just haven't been seeing the vision of her being our future ace. So I I liked what I saw this weekend. I think that she worked from ahead. She has better swing and miss stuff than I thought that she did. She just falls behind hitters and she doesn't really get hitters to chase that often. So she has to be in the zone. Now, I will say, Kyle, these are things that you can develop in an off season. So maybe she can uh, matriculate into something that I don't expect. But still, right now, looking ahead in this off season, UCLA is going to have to go portaling or an ace.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot of teams that need to portal for names.
Yeah, we're a lot of all the best pitchers in the game are graduating pretty much. Um, so there's going to be a lot of turnover next year. Speaking of turnover, we are losing two other players, and I want to give them some shout outs and highlight some of their numbers. To go over to the next one, Kyle. Jordan Woolery and Megan Grant, the season that these two are having is kind of insane. Uh, I mean, look at those batting averages, 557 and 527 for Megan and then Woolery, respectively. And they're not slappers. They're not going up there and beating out infield singles. They're hitting the ball over the fence. Kyle, you know this because Kyle likes to keep track of this, don't you, Kyle? They
A
set a
little
goal
bit,
for them.
yeah.
They set a goal for themselves of hitting 50 home runs combined by the end of the year. They're already at 42. So,
Yeah, they're gonna get there maybe this week.
oh, they're not going to hit 8 home runs. Maybe they will, though. Um, Kyle, what do you think they're going to get to? What's your guess? Combined home runs, if you had to throw one out there.
uh 75?
75. I love your optimism.
I don't
Um,
know, like
that would
that's
be
only like 35 each, 37 each.
it's a little bit it's 37 and a half each, which would both of them would
Are
break
on
the home run
track
record.
for
I I think they are both now statistically on track for
the record.
the record. I will say Megan Grant is no longer the nation's leader in home runs. Kendall Wells from Oklahoma, who has played two more games than Megan, does have 25. But
Oh,
Woolery,
25.
25, yeah. She's a great freshman. Woolery is the nation's leader in RBIs, and she's doing that by more than 10. She should hold that title by the end of the year. I'm really invested in Woolery to getting to 100 RBIs as well. I think that would be fun.
And UCLA just crossed the 100 home runs as a team threshold.
Yeah, Brie Alejandre, who we'll talk about a little bit next, hit our 100th home run. It was a grand slam against
Meanwhile,
Rutgers.
Oklahoma has already set the record for home runs in a
Yeah,
season.
they're pretty far ahead. We have a chance to catch them, Kyle, purely because of playing in the Big Ten. So
Sure.
if we keep on hitting 2 home runs a game, which we've been hitting around 3 home runs a game, then we could get there. I'm not sure, but we can't really worry because Kyle, I love to say this. We can only control what we can control, and we can't control how many home runs Oklahoma's hitting. You know what I mean?
No, that's real.
Anything else about Woolery or Grant that stands out to you, Kyle, as a new fan of the sport?
Not really. I mean, I think they're obviously having extremely impressive seasons. Megan Grant really has been one of the best players in the country this far, as has Jordan Woolery.
Yeah.
Um, why is it moving?
Wait, you can see me moving it?
Yes.
Well, I didn't know that you
Stevie's
were going to be able to
editing the
see that.
slideshow in real time,
Yeah,
everyone.
I'm really passionate about editing slideshows, and I just couldn't resist. That was so funny. Ah.
Yeah, anyway. Ow, I got a foot cramp. Sorry, that's a little chaotic.
Oh, but when I move the slide, it's too much. But when I move the slide, another thing that stands out to me is just the amount of walks that they have. We've only played 31 games, and these two combined have 62 walks, or 63 rather. So on average, they're walking twice a game among the two.
That's crazy.
It is crazy, and they're also add up their home runs. They're also hitting more than one home run a game. It it's just it's unbelievable that they've kept it up for half the season. Uh, Softball is a game of streakiness normally, so I don't know if they're going to cool down a little bit or they're going to start getting pitched around. But, and this is a good segue into Bri Alejandre, if you pitch around them, you're going to have to pitch to a little freshman phenom in Alejandre, who's on
And
the
a
slide.
sophomore slugger.
Yeah. Yeah, these are Alejandre's numbers. I was looking at her numbers earlier today on the clock because I'm a great model employee.
Hmm.
And I think
Everyone DM
Kyle,
Stevie's work.
our little freshman here is the front runner for Big Ten Freshman of the Year right now. She has 26 of her 52 RBIs are in conference play. She has 5 home runs. She's batting over 400 in conference play. So she's doing a really good job, and she's playing a really nice third base as well.
Who would be
You point
her closest competition there?
a freshman who will face this weekend. Pitcher, I think her first name's Alexis Jensen. She hits and pitches. She's probably a better pitcher than she is a hitter, but she does do both for them. And she's been having a good year. Her ERA is just under 1 in conference, which is good for a freshman. And Nebraska's undefeated in conference just like we are, so she is undefeated as well.
Hmm.
And they love to give it to these awards for conference things. They love to give them to pitchers, uh, specifically freshmen. Like freshman of the year, it's usually a pitcher. If there's a good pitcher on a team who's
Sure.
contributing, it does make sense. It's the most important position, you know.
Do you think that's
You get
hard to do on a team whose leading pitcher is Jordy Ball, though? Like,
you
who's
mean
not
give
maybe
it
getting
to
as, like, doesn't have as much responsibility because they have that level of an ace ahead of them?
yeah, but she's contributing well though.
Okay.
She'll pitch a game a weekend. So I think she's doing enough. Right now, I think Alejandra would be my pick just because of the RBIs. It's kind of overwhelming. But I think by the end of the year, Jensen might snatch it back. But we'll see. We'll see how it shakes out.
It'll be a fun race, and this weekend should be telling in that race.
It will be. We will get into that. Another thing of note is Kanai Bragg was named Player of the Week
Oh, is that the
for
next
this
slide
past
over
week.
here? There we go.
Yep.
Has Megan Grant
Interesting.
been named Player of the Week yet?
No, I was saying this elsewhere. There's a world that we might be living in, Kyle, where Megan Grant never wins Big Ten Player of the Week, doesn't win Big Ten Player of the Year, but does win National Player of the Year.
That's
Just
so crazy.
because,
Has she been National Player of the Week yet?
no, but Jordan's been twice. Woolery's been
LOL.
twice. I know. It's kind of crazy. But there's another award for Kanai Bragg. She wins Player of the Week for the 2 games that we played at Rutgers. She had, I think, 3 home runs in 7 at bats or
Yeah,
eight
she
at
was
bats
really
rather.
good. She's another one who had a really great weekend with Alejandre. Really, really impressive stuff from both of them.
Yeah, what I love about Kanaya more than anything is she has so much power to the opposite field. That's a very hard thing to do, especially for a young hitter to have the patience to drive the ball to the opposite field. But she's been doing that since her freshman year. If you remember back to the World Series, she hit an opposite field home run off of Nija Kennedy.
I do remember
Uh,
that.
yes. So, and she's continuing it. She was really, she got us going in the first game against Rutgers. She hit the home run to get the scoring started, which then it was ended up being 4 home runs in that inning. That was a really cool inning. Yeah, but I'm loving what Kanai is doing. I feel pretty good about the future of UCLA's offense, behind Bragg and Alejandre. Like you said before, it's always just going to come down to pitching. But like pitching, pitching defines your ceiling in softball. You
Hmm.
have a very low ceiling if you can't pitch, no matter how well you can hit. You know what I mean?
It kind of feels like all the teams are in that boat this year, though.
How do you mean? Struggling to
Well,
find
like
pitching?
no one, like most teams don't have more than one really, really good arm, except for like
Yeah.
two of them.
Yeah. Oregon has a good staff of arms. Nebraska with Jensen, they're looking good. Obviously, our former Bruin Caitlin Terry's helping out Nija Kennedy at Texas Tech. Tennessee, even though they just
Right.
lost the series to Florida. And even Florida, if they can get Ava Brown back, they have a pretty good staff too with Rothrock and Ava
I
Brown.
thought they probably did. Does Texas not have a staff this year?
Um, Texas has Tegan Gavon. I think behind that, they're okay. They have Citlali Gutierrez. They have freshman Hannah Wells. She's been okay for them. She's a two-way player as well.
All they needed last year.
Yeah, I do think Texas is probably the best team in the country right now. And to give a little rankings update, UCLA is ranked 7th right now, which is I think that's right where they should be. I think I would consider them the 7th best team in the country right now.
Fair.
Right now. Um, yeah, because we're really just doing what we're supposed to do in the Big Ten. You know what I mean? We are winning in dominant fashion, but we're not doing anything special just because of the Big Ten. But, and this is a good segue into the Nebraska series if you want to go over to that. This is our big chance to do something big. This series against Nebraska is in Lincoln. It'll be the end of a pretty long road trip for UCLA. We've been at Rutgers since the beginning of the weekend, so we'll spend 2 full weeks on the road. Uh, yeah, what do you have questions about with this series, Kyle? Because I think that's probably the best way to tackle this rather than me just
Well,
talking.
we've hit against some pretty impressive pitchers this year already.
Yeah,
Um, versus Florida.
Rock, we
Um,
did hit her well.
versus a good Duke team.
They're not known for their pitching, really, but that's true. Um,
Who else?
we faced Ruby Malin. We kind of struggled with her a bit. We did not hit Aaron Newer from Tennessee well. The Florida State pitchers, we did well against them. That's a pretty good
But they
stat.
did
We
better against us.
Oh, they did. Yeah, they Tinsley forgot how to get outs in that
Yeah.
game, so
That's okay though. I mean, whatever. It happens.
it happens a little bit more than I'd like for it to happen. But
LOL. Um, I don't know. Like you said, we've seen some decent arms and
yeah,
haven't really struggled to hit most of them.
no.
This is a
I
different
will.
level than most of the arms we've seen, probably.
I would say this is the best. This is the first elite arm that we've seen.
Sure.
Uh, and I don't know how it's gonna go, Kyle. I don't even really. I'll give a prediction at the end, but I don't know how
This
it's
graphic
gonna
sums it
go.
up perfectly because Taylor Tinsley's going to have to pitch all three
Oh, one
games.
thing I forgot to mention this. Taylor only had to throw one game against Rutgers, which was beautiful to see because she'll be relatively rested for this Nebraska series.
Yeah, I mean, in order to win this, she's going to have to
I think she'll.
at least throw two of them.
I think too. I think there's a world where she comes in all the games, especially if we get a lead. Uh, because I don't think this is a must-win series. But Kyle, we cannot get swept. If we get swept, I don't know if there's a path to a top eight.
Interesting.
Yeah. Also, I think what this series is making me most nervous about is this is the series that's going to tell me, and probably a lot of UCLA fans and people around the country as well, just softball fans in general, can UCLA, with what their pitching is, win a series against a good team? Uh,
Sure. That's a fair
we can,
question to ask.
yeah, we can outbash anyone if we're on that day. But to get to the World Series, you have to win a series against another good team.
Mm-hmm.
And as of right now, we haven't played another good team in a series, so this will be the first one.
Is Nebraska a threat beyond their pitching? I don't know too much about them.
They have a Nebraska, honestly, is one of the more complete teams in the country.
Okay.
They have their biggest question mark, Nebraska, has always been their defense, but they seem to have kind of righted that ship from past years, and they're defending pretty well. They have Ball and Jensen. That's a righty and a lefty, both quality pitchers, and they have a decent offense.
And we
Ball hits as well.
didn't play them last year, right?
We did. We played them twice. We played them in non-conference because we did not face them as a conference opponent that year, and then
Right,
we
that's what I
beat them
mean.
in the
Like, we didn't play them in conference play last year, yeah.
no, but we did play them in the Big Ten tournament as well,
Okay.
uh, and we
And
beat
we
them
won
there.
both games?
Both games we won. We have not
So,
lost to
a lot of this
Nebraska.
lineup has seen ball pitch before and has hit her well
Yes,
then?
the entire lineup has seen well, except for the freshmen,
Except for
obviously.
Alejandro and Lamar?
Yep, we're pretty familiar with Ball. Like, there's no secrets. And Jensen might struggle against UCLA because we're very righty heavy, and she does give up a lot of home runs. So I don't know how that combination's gonna go, but I'm sure they'll come in with a game plan. I'm sure we'll come in with a game plan, specifically how we're going to use Tinsley. I don't
Yeah.
know, Kyle. Do you have any feelings about this one? Like, do you have
I
like a
don't
gut
know.
feeling?
I really think, Taylor's got to throw two of the games
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
um, entirely, like front to back.
Yep, I
And
think
then
so
I
too.
think Cable's the only other one you can probably let pitch this series.
Yeah, I think Cable's gonna see time for sure. Uh, we're gonna have to use all of our pitchers because there's a. I just have my biggest feeling is one of these games is gonna get ugly. And we're gonna have to throw someone out there as almost a sacrificial lamb just to eat innings.
Sure.
And my pick for that would be Britton Alley.
That's so sad.
It is, but it's they knew what they were signing up for. So I do think that Sommerdyke has some potential. She's a hard thrower, a good rise ball. She also gives up a lot of home runs, but I'm okay with home runs as long as you're not walking people. Uh,
Right, a
which
solo home run is okay. We have enough firepower to combat that.
exactly, and I think
But
that's going to be Taylor's biggest message.
yeah.
But yeah, I think the game plan for pitching is start Taylor game one, obviously. If she doesn't have it, pull her immediately, and let someone else try. And because you're gonna have to bring her back game two and game three in that
Okay, I'm gonna
scenario.
read you for a second though.
What is it?
Because sometimes you say that if Taylor has a bad start, you should pull her immediately. But then you'll come back and be like, we should have let her play through it.
Okay, I'm not doing that this year though, because of just how much because she's gonna get her chances to play through it, right? Because she's our only good pitcher.
Sure.
Um, I
But I think in
do.
those situations specifically are going to be the times you have to trust her the most.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you because you are right in the sense if we get into a situation in a super regional or a regional where she gives up a bunch of runs in the first inning or the first two innings, she's gonna need to stay in there
Right.
because what are we supposed to do? Just let ourselves lose and put ourselves in a horrible situation?
And so
Uh,
this might be the best series for practicing that.
maybe you're right. That's a good point. Yeah, I don't know. Yes. Should I go for it? Should I give a little prediction?
Sure.
I'm trying to take off my hopium glasses and give an objective opinion.
Do you want me to go
I
first?
think if I like just took my UCLA Bruin hat off and I was just an objective softball fan, which I am a softball fan and a UCLA fan. Like I love all of softball. I think if I was thinking objectively, I would pick Nebraska to win this series 2-1. I think that's what logically I think is going to happen.
Okay.
Uh,
I'll give a prediction.
go for it.
I think we are going to win game one.
Okay.
I think Taylor's going to start game two and
Got
get pulled.
Well, after a bad start.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I think game three, her and Jordy Ball are going to go toe to toe. And no one's going to score until like the 12th inning.
Oh my God, could you imagine? I would pull my hair out. And I just got my haircut. I don't got much to pull out. So
Well, start pulling.
start pulling and start. I don't know. In that scenario, I mean, it'd be fun, honestly. But I am okay.
Would
If
you
we win
rather
game one,
lose in a blowout to Nebraska or lose 1-0 in a 12 inning game?
1-0 in a 12 inning game for sure, because
Okay.
that'll like show me something. That was like, I'm
Right.
like, damn,
Like,
okay.
that gives the committee something to talk about. It gives. You know what I mean? Like, there's
Yeah.
there's redeemable qualities there.
Also, Kyle, I'm gonna do a self read for a second.
Sure.
If we win game one, you know I'm not gonna be happy with one win in this series. You know I'm gonna be even if we win game two, I'm gonna be like, well, we better sweep. Uh, I don't know. We'll see. I have my expectations set neutrally. If we lose, it's okay. Um, we went on the road last year for a super, and look what that resulted in.
Right. A great Bruin Magic moment.
Yeah.
Really great story, obviously. I would say, this is a series we can afford to lose. Like, we would not get
Yes.
swept, but win one game and it's fine.
It's fine. Yeah. Win the one on TV though. Girls, don't embarrass me on TV. Right?
Yeah, go win game one, lose the next two. It's fine.
Exactly. It would be
Um,
very UCLA though to get annihilated on TV and then win the next two.
Stevie and I were just talking about if UCLA manages to not lose a game, what their ceiling is. Uh,
in
and
terms of seeding.
yeah, and probably like a 2 or 3 is what we were talking about. But,
I think it would be a 2 or 3 at that point.
you know,
Um,
the road to hosting is certainly not dead with 2 losses here, a sweep over Washington, and 2 wins versus Oregon.
yes, that would be 7, 6. That would be 6-3. That would be enough. I think
Yeah.
that would get us the Supers host, depending on what happens in the SEC. That's all dependent on because another team could slay too hard, and they'd have to be. You know what I mean? Uh, yeah,
It feels like UCLA did enough with how difficult their non-conference schedule was.
it was a. We thought it was going to be more difficult. Let me just say that. Uh, and I told you this when we played the game. We're lucky that we beat Florida, or we wouldn't have any high end wins.
It's okay.
No, it's fine. Yeah,
I
it
mean,
is
we
what it
have
is.
we have high end losses.
We have so high end. We have the best losses. Find, find me another team with better losses.
11-0 to Tennessee.
Yeah.
I know,
Okay.
but it'll be a good weekend. It'll be a fun series to watch, no matter what.
Hmm.
You've got some great pitching between Taylor and the 2 Nebraska girls, and maybe you'll see a big game riser out of one of the others.
Maybe. Maybe we'll find out that Natalie Cable's a gamer pitcher.
Right, and that would be a huge development.
She did start wearing glasses, so
Oh, maybe she couldn't see.
maybe she could. Been Velma this whole time.
Ugh.
Okay. Do we got anything else?
No, I think that's it. I think we can wrap up for the day.
All
Thank you
right. I got
guys
nothing else for you.
so much for listening to this episode of the Bruins podcast. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave your hate, your vitriol, your love and support in the comments, and Stevie will respond to all of it.
All of it. All of it.
You can find us at Bruins Pod on Instagram and Twitter. We post occasionally over there and live tweet during some of the things going on. We'll have a lot of action coming up with, the women's tournament continuing, softball getting good this weekend versus Nebraska,
Yeah.
and gymnastics regionals next weekend.
Hi, we're jam packed. We are jam
Jam
packed.
packed. It's like the Grinch, dinner with myself. I can't cancel that again. Now,
Well,
anything else you have to say?
I really don't want to get swept. That's the last thing I'll say. Okay. Goodbye.
Well, remember to put your broom away.
No brooms. No
No
wire
brooms.
hangers.
We are boycotting brooms for the next
Yes.
week.
The
Anyway,
rest of the season.
rest of the season.
Mm-hmm.
No Quidditch here.
No quit it. Sorry, Harry Potter fans. Okay. Goodbye.
All right. In all seriousness, have a great night, day, whenever you're listening to this, everyone, and we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.